Hi folks, welcome back for another Saga battle report. Again, it's my Welsh up against the Anglo-Saxons, and we're doing a special battle from the Battles book. It's the river crossing. Basically you start in two alternative corners with your armies split, and you get points scored for surviving units on the opposite side of the river. So basically you've got to cross your forces from one side to the t'other, get the points. There's also bonus points if you're within range of your warlord as well. So my Welsh are the bottom right hand side and the top left hand side, and obviously the Anglo-Saxons are on the opposite corners. Let's have a quick look at the forces. So down on this side, the Anglo-Saxons have got a unit of 8 Hearthguard and their warlord, plus a unit of warriors in the background there. And the opposite side of the river, he's got another unit of warriors and a unit of levy. So basically he's got the 2 Hearthguard, 3 warriors, 1 levy, same setup as me. I also have my levy over on this side as the river, as well as my Hearthguard, and that's it. So it's 1 levy and 2 Hearthguard on this side for me. And then my 2 big blocks of warriors are with my warlord on the one side of the river, just outside the the crops that's there. So we have to roll for the river, see what kind of river it is. Is it going to be dangerous, impassable, or whatever? And it turns out it's absolutely fine on this side. You roll for either side of the bridge. So on the left hand side was absolutely fine, and on the right hand side was fine. So it's just uneven terrain, I think, from memory. So my opponent starts moving up on the top side there. I think in this game the person who doesn't go first gets to put 3 dice on his battle board, so I might have some reaction abilities down. And as you see up at the top there, he moves his levy and warriors up to face off against my levy and Hearthguard. And then he also, I think he moved up down the bottom as well. So in my turn, I start moving up to start throwing some javelins, trying to cause some casualties on this side. My plan basically being I'm going to cross with my Hearthguard, and with my combined forces I should easily be able to take out what's on this side. And then if I get to cross back over, it'll be a bonus. As long as my Hearthguards stay on this side, I'll get my bonus for them at least crossing the river. So this is how it looks at the end of my turn, and as you can see I've moved up both my warriors down at the bottom edge there and my commander warlord up and behind, and on the top side there I've heading my Hearthguard to cross the river. I do actually play the ability where I can move through terrain as if it's open terrain for my foot troops, and bugger me, I've used that damn ability twice and I keep forgetting to actually use it. It's just been sitting on my battle board. It's one of the few things that like orders phase, and I'm so used to have either my own phase or working in the opponent's phase as well. I can get that. But for some reason, my own bloody orders phase, I get it wrong. So they end up taking a little longer to cross the river than they really needed to. But as you can see, I'm just screening them just so they don't get shot off by the levy at the top there. I apologise if I'm sounding a bit rough. I've got a bit of a cold coming on at the moment. So I'll try my best to get through this. So yes, my opponent's levy starts shooting at my levy. They're doing their job there. I can lose as many levies as you like. I'm not too fussed about that. As long as my Hearthguard get across the river without taking any casualties, so that's me in a good position. And just to really prove the point, he fires again. He manages to score another casualty against him. So he ends up moving, as you can see. He mostly moves down the bottom here, heading towards the bridge to make a crossing. My job here is just to slow him down, keep him on this side of the river. Excuse me, as I say, get the Hearthguard across, so they're scoring points to have crossed. And if I can take out what he's got on this side, I'll just run across there with my warlord and whatever's left of his warriors, if they survive. So with the help of our main ability, which I've forgotten, our land I think it is, it activates everyone. So I got to activate everyone and then moved up here and threw some javelins. I only managed to kill 2 off, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping to get a few more, but he did have his missile defense abilities up, which I think gives him +1 armor or extra defense dice. Anyways, it's defensy against my shooting, so I didn't do too much there. But my Hearthguard are across now. Yeah, they actually they seem to have made it across in one go. I'm pretty sure I forgot to play the ability, unless I just haven't put fatigue next to them yet. That could be what it is. So that's how it's looking for me. Didn't do anything else. This round he actually managed to throw some warriors in against my chaps. As you might have noticed, I had both up there facing off against him. What I basically did is when he charged, I fled away with my other ones because they already had fatigue on them, and it's bad enough being charged when you're Welsh and having the 1 less armour. So in this round of combat, I take them on with the warriors that didn't have any fatigue on them. We get soundly beaten, but I did manage to spy. Actually, if you notice, I actually ran out of skulls there. I should paint the rest of them red. But yes, we definitely got beat up there. We lost 6 chaps, but I did manage to cause 3 on him as well, which is nice. Let's put some pressure on his Hearthguard now. He continues to shoot over here, just to get these guys down to below 6, so they're no longer giving me any Saga dice. And I activated my units down the bottom who was charged yeah, maybe that's what I did. Yeah, basically I got some another movement. You must move one of the guys at the top as they're coming to the bridge, allow me to activate one of mine in response, so I moved the guys back excuse me, who took a beating, and used them just to get out of the charge range of his other big warrior unit that was on its way in to finish them off. So that kept them alive there, so I've got little 6 chaps there, just making sure that Saga dice is alive. I'll just keep them in behind, and hopefully not get dead, is the main approach there. But as you can see, he's starting to come across the middle there. And also it does look like I've put a fatigue on my Hearthguard, so yeah, it did take me 2 goes to cross that 6-inch river, which is kind of annoying, because I was hoping to cross that quite easily. Again, apologise for blurries. Basically, I've got the our land, so I got to activate everybody, and I'm sure it's called our land. I'm probably getting it wrong. But I activated everybody. So these guys had not much to do, so I thought I'd shoot at these, try and do some casualties, and managed to knock one of the opposing levy off. I decided to chuck my big 12-man unit in to the opponent's unit and managed to knock out 2 of them. I actually got no losses in myself. I think he played defensively and didn't get anything through to me. Nope, that's a complete fabrication. What happened is I went up there and threw some javelins for a turn first, managed to take out 2 of them, and then charged in with the remainder of my guys just to finish off the one. So that'll chuck some fatigue out on the enemy there, and yeah, it gets rid of his Hearthguard unit, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's just see my own Hearthguard units coming in the background there as well. And with a chance like it, I couldn't remove. They moved up originally using the reaction ability, and got up to that point, and then excuse me, he used 2 moves to get into his Warlord. I thought it was well worth a chance just to get rid of his Warlord and snipe him off. He had a fatigue on him. I know I was going in with a fatigue, and my +1 to wound him meant I had a good chance of doing some damage. But my god, did he jam himself out of that one. He went defensive, played some abilities, even with my 16 attacks with wounding him on 4, 5s, 4s. And the fatigue. I think I've dropped his armour again just to try and be sure. But yeah, he only has 2 fatigue on him now, so I didn't do that well pushing in against him. But hopefully now he'll get exhausted and I should be able to pick him off. So as you see, things are looking like this, and this is how I like things looking. My Welsh surrounding my opponent and allowing me to throw some javelins at them, weaken them up, and then just go and pick them off. But as you can see, coming across the bridge, he has got his other unit on its way. I think it's just another shot showing what was happening. Nothing exciting right now. So we've seen us jump some photos here. So basically he comes across the bridge and charges my poor chaps that were down the bottom of the bridge and just smashes them to pieces. Didn't have any trouble with them at all. So in my turn I repay in kind and charge his warriors who charged my warriors, and give them a good beating. So yeah, I lost 2 guys but managed to kill all but 1 of his, so that's not generating any Saga dice, and I've still got scoring amount of Hearthguard on this side of the river as well, so they're worth double their points. So I move up to his Warlord and start throwing some javelins with my little 6-man warrior unit. Yeah, I thought it was worth it if I can just put fatigue on him, get him exhausted, and then as you can see who's lined up to have a go at him. Oh yes, as you see, my Warlord, he rested himself and then charged into combat. With the +1 to wound, I know I was likely to be damaged too, but he still had a fatigue on him. I think he might have done a raise. I think he might have raised his arm. No, he couldn't have. I must have used it to drop his armor to as low as I can. I just went all out to try and kill him. I wasn't too worried about protecting my own Warlord. That's what we like to see, some Warlord on Warlord action. So this is how things are looking, and as you see, yes, I managed to kill his Warlord, and I only have 1 fatigue on me, so I couldn't take much damage. I believe he went defensive and played for his abilities, but with my 8 attacks going in, with the +1 to wound, plus dropping his armour as well, I think I'll just put it down to the 2s, just so I can do as much damage as I can. It seemed to pay off, and that's put another fatigue on his warrior unit as well. So they're one off being exhausted, and he's down to 2 Saga dice. Then out of spite, because, you know, Anglo-Saxons are like that, he charges his warriors into my Hearthguard, and what did he have left? You've got quite a few of them, so I don't know what happened there. He just got smashed up by the looks of it. I didn't manage to count the wounds, so I must have lost, what, 2 Hearthguard for a fair few of his. He didn't have any abilities up, and he might even had fatigue still on them when they went in. So I could have been kind of lucky to get away with any serious damage there, and for quite a lot of damage I managed to do to his, and that's how he finished his turn. So this is the final picture, because with that and the reduction of those guys down to 3, he was generating only 1 Saga dice for the last turn, and we'd had 2 games to stay, and he was happy with that, and we left it at that with another victory for the Welsh against the Anglo-Saxons there. My next turn I could just mopped up what was left, and basically would have had the points for my Hearthguard on this side of the river, my warrior unit and my warlord, and then all being within the range of my warlord. So it was looking good for the Welsh, and there wasn't much he could do about it. But it was a good game. It's nice to try some different scenarios now. I'm hopefully going to work my way through them. Someone mentioned about the sheep. I'll definitely get my sheep painted up, because there is a mission where you got to chase some flocks down, and there is of course like the old traditional baggage mission. I'm looking for some appropriate trade pieces for that. I'd like to get some proper models made up for it. I have been looking actually at the Mantic, the terrain crate Mantic do. They've got a nice little village one there, which might be a bit of fun just to add in, which has got a horse and cart. So we'll see what happens with that. I hope you still enjoyed watching these, and I shall see you soon. Alright, take care everyone. Thou Wallace.